Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Untitled Tarot. This is going to be your past life tarot message. Whatever cards fall, those will be the cards that my spirit guides want me to use to speak to most of you, if not all of you, in regards to what messages or what voices echo into your life now from your past life. Okay, everyone has their own type of past life. For those of you who believe in that sort of thing or who are interested in understanding that, this is what this message is for. So wherever Taurus is in your chart, especially if it's in your south or your north node, this pertains to an energy that you were before and how the energy has transformed and evolved into who you are today. Okay, so in the month of March you will get your general readings, and I do plan on giving extended readings for your present life now in regards to your past life and what you need to improve on, as well as maybe an informational video just for everyone, all signs of the zodiac, on my Patreon, for you guys to understand how to recognize symbols of your past life in this lifetime. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it, Taurus. Let's see. Whatever cards fall, that is the message that your past life is trying to speak to me about for you. Okay, so some zodiac signs may get 4 cards from one deck, others may just get 1 or 2. We'll see, right? I'll try to keep this as organized as possible. For Taurus, all signs of Taurus, for their past life messages. What past life oracle messages do you have, universe or spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, deities, for the sign of Taurus, for their past life messages, for all signs of Taurus, for their past life messages, and how it echoes into their lives now. For Taurus, beautiful Tauruses. Taurus. Didn't, but that's a lot of cards. All right, one of them wanted to fall out, which was monk or nun. We have the arts. You're telling me to pull one more card. Unrequited love. There's a lot of messages I'm getting from that. The bottom of the deck we have mother. So there are those of you in your current life now, if you have a partner where it didn't really work out between the two of you and it was a love interest, in a past life they were probably your mother or you were their mother in a past life. So you or the other person in this life, if you have a partner that you broke up with or it's just not working out, they're a karmic partner or a soulmate that was, their energy is, you or their energy is still very motherly towards that person, or you or the other person. And I feel like maybe it's you, Taurus, that felt like you were taking care of them in their relationship in this current lifetime, instead of just you guys being on equal footing. Or this can be your partner in the past, or who you're with now, where they feel like they're mothering you or parenting you most of the time, right? So that's probably why it probably didn't really work out. But there was some type of a relationship, a big relationship for you in your past life that just did not work out, and that's something that you struggle with today. Now with monk or nun, there are definitely those of you who took a religious path, or you were an artist or a creative. But there are others of you, there are those of you who played music for a church in your past life. You were very good at what you did. You were very religious. You upheld your religious beliefs in your past life. And I feel there are those of you who created lyrics or songs for your creator. So it doesn't matter what culture you come from. If you were a monk or a nun, you created hymns or some type of piece of music that connected to your religious beliefs and your mission in that regard. Now, for others of you, Taurus, you were caught between religion and art. Or there are those of you that you just didn't want to do this anymore. In your past life and now in this life, now you kind of struggle with religion. In this life, you just don't really know what you believe in, or maybe you just don't know what to do with your skill because of your religion. Maybe there's something that you do that you kind of clashes with your religion. But I just get the sense that you were a very quiet spirit in your past life, a quiet individual, or you kept to yourself. You loved people. And it could be that there are those of you who have a hard time connecting with others properly, and that relationships just don't really work out for some apparent reason. There are different scenarios going on here. You were a creative, or you were a monk or a nun, or you were both and you were torn between the two, or there's a relationship that just did not work out for you and it changed your life. And you just stuck with what you knew, religion and art, or being a monk or a nun, and spending time with yourself because maybe connecting with other people in your past life just wasn't your forte. Okay, and I feel like that bleeds over into this life somewhat, where there's always relationships that just do not work out. And I get the sense that there are those of you, Taurus, that settle because you just feel like I want to be with somebody, so I'm just going to settle for this person because it's just not going to work out. Anyway, you just feel like it's not, I feel like you feel if you do the normal thing, it's just going to work better for you instead of just doing your own thing. That could be for one of you or a couple of you in your past life. But in this life currently, you're still kind of, in some ways, struggling with certain things in relationships and also with religion. But I get the sense with the artistic abilities or the creative abilities, you guys still have that. You guys still have that ability in this lifetime. But some of you guys in this lifetime, you're torn. You want to be a part of a church or a temple or something like that, or some type of religion, and it's going to take you away from some type of artistic or creative responsibility because you feel that you need to focus on God or focus on working with the divine instead of working on what you want. So there's a lot of messages in that. Okay. Let's see what this oracle deck has to say to you guys for Taurus for their past life messages. Past life messages for Taurus. Past life messages for Taurus. Bottom of the deck, you have prioritize. But you have death, lust. I don't know if you guys can really see that. It's kind of hard to see these cards. And then gradual progress. So there's some type of something you had to let go of in order to embrace something else, but you were torn by it, Taurus, in your past life, especially if you were a monk or a nun, or you were a guitarist or a pianist or a musician, or some of you guys were a magician or a singer, a poet, you're a painter, a sculptor, a carpenter, any type of, a writer, right? I'm going to read these cards to you. The death card is going to be first. There's some type of energy here, Taurus, even in your life now, from that's connected to your past life. I'm not saying that that's what's going on now, but there is some type of an energy that you've gone through or that you still go through that's still connected to your past life, where it's just like, I don't know what I want to do, or I have things that I want to do, but I don't think I can do them because A, B, C, and D. And a lot of it has to do with your beliefs, religiously, spiritually, or just belief in yourself, right? That's interesting. It's very, very interesting. So let's go ahead and read the death card for you guys. So it says, questions to consider. If you get death in a reading, the card may be asking you to stop and consider the following questions related to your situation. Are you focused on how much more you could have received instead of how much you've already received? Do you believe you can lose what is truly yours? Has not making peace with your mistakes prevented the best of the experiences from shining through? What did you learn from them? How can your wisdom practically benefit others? What would you want others to feel and learn from your interaction with them if you were the one who died or otherwise had to move on? Are there fears related to this ending that have nothing to do with the actual person, place, or thing? So there's something that you wanted, Taurus, in your past life. It has something to do with religion and between religion and art. Even religion and a relationship for some of you. You were against religion. There was something that was between religion and what you really wanted. And it could have been a relationship or art or both. And you just felt you had to let one or the other go, either the religion or the relationship. But it seems like the unrequited love could be a relationship that just didn't work out and you needed to let it go to move on to better things, or religion was what you needed to let go of. Whatever was best for you in your past life that was going to grow you. But the bigger picture here is that you had a hard time just choosing, making a conscious decision. You just followed what other people were doing or what your society said was normal. Because we had lust here, so there is definitely something that you wanted. Definitely something that you wanted really badly, but you just were like, well, I can't really have it because so-and-so said I can't have it. And that might be something that still works with your life today, in this day and age. Okay? So it says, if you get the lust card, it says, there is danger that you are masking lustful intentions as something nobler. If you continue to fool yourself, understand that lust for its own sake can only result in pain. If what you are lusting after can only be accomplished by potential wreaking havoc, then consider the following. Why you feel you can't be happy to complete without the attaining of this goal, and what you could do to accomplish your goal with a little harm to yourself and others. So, yeah, there's something about desire here, Taurus, in your past life that you were not too clear on, or the thing that you wanted was not good for you or for the other party involved. And instead of letting it go, you probably kept going on with it. Now, with monk or nun, you could have been covering up something, in a way, a secret in your past life as something, well, this is God's work, right? Or you were dealing with someone who was wreaking havoc on your life or your society or your culture in your past life. That was like, they're covering it up with, this is God's work, whatever God they were worshiping. And it actually was not God's work. It was just them trying to control, because you have gradual progress. So there is something that you or someone else that you were dealing with in your past life, some type of religious group or power that was saying, we want this now, but we're going to do it in the name of whatever God they were serving or worshiping under. And I think for you, Taurus, in your past life, things were not, you didn't want that anymore, right? Now, for others of you, that is happening in your life now where you're trying to wrap things up in a pretty bow sometimes instead of recognizing the truth about a situation in your lives a lot of the time, and you don't like to admit that something is just not going to work out. You're a fixed sign, okay? So that makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and see with one more oracle deck what the universe is trying to speak to you guys about in regards to your past life and what it's echoing into this life now. So some of you guys were definitely a religious individual, a very important religious individual, a monk or a nun, a priest, a high priestess. You were very skilled, but there was some type of a clash between the two, and maybe between a relationship, right? This could also have been your mother. Maybe she tried to wrap things up in your past life. Any type of familial situation in your past life, your family just, well, this is God, this is religion, and you just kind of felt like, no, it's not, right? And you may still struggle with religion today because of how unclear things are to you, right? So I noticed that not a lot of cards are falling out for you in your readings. So to me, that's the universe communicating to me for you, Taurus, that be clear about what you see. Be clear about what you want. And if what you want is going to hurt someone else, you may need to change your direction. Right? So see how no cards fell out. For the other signs that I've read for, cards were just falling out. Maybe one or two cards fell out for you. Not much. So I feel like this is the universe saying, these are the choices. Make a clear choice in this lifetime, right? Because in your past life, you made choices based off of unclear intent, right? I knew this card was going to come out for you. I don't know why. The healing arts. I knew this card was going to come out for some reason. The Hedge Witch. Card number 5. It says Herbal Wisdom, Secrets, Hidden Lure. So, bottom of the deck we have the Green Man. It says Initiative, Fertilization, and Action. So what this is telling me is that in your past life, you wanted to take action on something. You wanted to initiate something. And it could have been, maybe you wanted to get into the healing arts, but it's like your religion or some type of there's something that you wanted. It was a relationship with someone or with something. And I feel that there are those of you who wanted to become pagan in your past life, or you wanted to do something that pagans were doing, or not just pagans, but another religion or a spirituality or some type of a practice that you wanted to embrace. That's your religion, whatever religion that was in your past life, just did not condone. It didn't condone, and you wanted to change it, but for some reason, like, maybe you just never reached that point where you reached this. Maybe you just watched from afar how other people were going after what they wanted, and you just had to sit there and just be like, well, I guess I'm just stuck with this, because if I do this, I'm going to be killed, or if I do this, I'm going to be ridiculed, or, persecuted, right? Yeah, like I said, stillness. You didn't do anything. Wow. You didn't do anything in your past life. You decided to just stick with what other people were like, yeah, that's good, that you should do that. Instead of realizing, oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do my thing. And then we have like life bringer, establishment, growth, and fulfillment. So this is mother energy here. This is the green woman. It represents the Empress energy, pregnant energy. So there are those of you who may have had children. You were a mother in your past life. You were a woman, whether you're a male in this life or not. You were a mother in your past life, and maybe you wanted to do something in your life, but you decided to just stick with what you stuck with because of tradition. Others of you, if you were a monk or a nun, you wanted to have children by someone. You wanted to be a parent, but you became celibate because of being a monk in your past life. You wanted something. You wanted to either be a hedge witch or a green witch, or you wanted to be a medicine man or woman, or you wanted to have children by someone. You loved someone. You wanted to create a family, but something or someone told you, no, you're a monk or a nun. You can't have those thoughts. You can't do this or that. So now in this life, there are those of you who still struggle, but you're just out there doing whatever you want to do. You're doing whatever you want to do because you didn't make that choice in your past life. That's really interesting, Taurus. So let's get into your tarot. This video might be slightly long, but longer than most. But yeah, let's try to get into your tarot and then we'll clarify. Let's see for Taurus in their past life messages. Taurus in their past life messages for Taurus. For Taurus in their past life messages for today. Yep, like I said, you wanted to do your own thing, but you were afraid. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So you were up against persecution, you were up against arguments, you were up against inquisition, you were up against possible death, wherever your soul comes from. Okay? You have the Two of Wands, which is Aries energy, okay? Making conscious and confident, passionate choices. Seven of Wands, Leo energy. Standing up for what you believed in, standing up for what you wanted, no matter who was there to ridicule you. And then we have the Page of Swords. You wanted to embrace something new and run with it. You had a talent. Others of you wanted a child with the Page of Swords here. It represents children. Some of you guys had a child that you didn't talk about. You had to hide them. Ugh, that's tough. All right, let's clarify these cards really quick, Taurus. Clarify these cards, universe source for Taurus in their past life. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So again, there's something, I was saying this to Aries, something about a soldier, something about soldiers or an army, some type of rule. But there is also something that you wanted so bad. You just wanted to jump in head first in your past life, but you didn't. For some of you, you didn't do that. For others of you, you did, and it didn't really work out so well because you didn't think before you did. And it kind of made things a little bit rough for you in your past life. But I feel like for most of you, you wanted to go, you went with something, or maybe it just didn't go well for you in your past life because you were just beating against the system. But I think Aries had the same thing. It's kind of similar, but not, right? Yeah, you guys wanted independence in your past life. Some of you guys definitely went for it. In your past life, you went for it. You let something go, you were done, and you went for it no matter who was there to hurt you because of it, or to try to cause you any harm, or try to argue with you. Yep, you guys had a child, or you wanted children. You wanted children. The Page of Cups is clarifying the Page of Wands, or Page of Swords. So some of you guys had a baby. You definitely had a child, or you wanted one really badly. And we have the Eight of Wands clarifying the Seven of Wands. So that you did. There are those of you. Now for others of you, this is for your life now. Go for what you want. Do your own thing. But some of you in your life now, you have a baby now. And is teaching you something from your past life. Okay? But you guys wanted children in your past life. You got it now, right? But there's still some fears and you know, that you're still holding on to from your past life in regards to what you want and going for it, okay? But you have to remember, Taurus, you have to let go of what no longer serves you. You can't just look at something and feel like, oh, this is nice, this is good, when it's not. Be honest about what something looks like. Don't try to make it into something that it's not, okay? So that's your past life messages, Taurus. I feel that I need to post some extended messages on my Patreon. It's going to happen in the month of March, so keep a lookout for that. The link to my Patreon is in the description box below, and I wish you guys the best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Take care, Taurus. Bye.